social media has its pros and cons. I mean, at one time, in one vein, I think that social media is one of the greatest destroyers of our generation, losing attention span, inability to really connect with the world, complete addiction to these screens, and inability to connect. We see, depression at all-time highs according to some studies.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just on a personal level, my vocabulary is not as good. My spelling is not as good. I think it reduces the ability for critical thinking and problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually pretty decent with my social media compared to some people. So
Totally.
I think it could be one of the greatest demises, I don't know if that's a word,
Mm-hmm.
to our society. But at the same time, it's one of the ultimate equalizers and the ultimate connectors. And it is the way to more freely spread information in a, as you would say, democratic way, where every person has the opportunity for a voice. So it's tricky. I mean, for me personally, when I think it's all about balance. We have to use these things wisely. The other challenging thing is that, the other day I was scrolling through Instagram. I went onto one of the hashtags, like environment or something.
Mm-hmm.
95% of it was garbage content.
Mm.
And when I looked at and I saw 10,000 likes, 5,000 likes, and I saw this is what a majority of people, when they're being exposed to environment, this is what they're seeing. Unfortunately, it's a lot of highly misguided, short-sighted, narrow-minded thinking that's designed for virality.
Mm-hmm.
And so almost it's difficult, because I would almost say in many ways that social media is creating an uneducated environmental movement that doesn't really understand the problems. It doesn't go into the intricacies that is the reality. So I can't say anything definitively. It's got its pros and cons, and I don't know whether overall it would be helping or hurting. It does both at the same time.
It definitely does. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some obvious pros, but there's definitely some serious cons.